Hey everybody, this is your old friend Jim up here in beautiful Upper East Tennessee. Hope everybody's having a good week. Not sure if I'm live or not, not sure if anybody's in here. So, hope everybody's having a good week. I don't see any comments or anything yet, so I'm not sure if this went out. This was kind of hastily planned at the last minute. I was supposed to do a live stream with NP1, but something must have come up. I hadn't heard from him in a few days, so I made a video about going live with him, so I figured I would go ahead and do this today. A few things I wanted to talk about that is going to affect the prepper community. Somebody, one of my subscribers that I talked to quite a bit, asked me where I got the information about the India stopping rice exports. So I looked it up. This is from Reuters. Said India imposes major rice export ban, triggering inflation fears. Hey, Dog Walker. Hey, Robert Winslow. Good deal, brother. I'm going to talk about that. Hey, Sheila. Talk about that rice ban, export ban. Ban is to impact about half of their exports, and India accounts for 40% of global rice exports. And they're halting a ban on non basmati white rice after their prices climbed 3% in a month. After late but heavy monsoon rains caused significant damages to the crops. Hey, NP1, I figured something was up, buddy. I saw where you were in West Virginia, so no worries. We'll do it again another time. I just figured I'd hop on. Hello, JD. So that's going to impact us. It's going to make the price of food go up. Preppers put up a lot of rice. So I do. I'm looking, I have about, I'd say around 400 pounds. So I am going today to buy some more rice. So things like that, people don't pay attention to, even the normal people, but they're going to be hurting. Food prices are going up. The grain deal that we had with Russia and Ukraine about shipping the rice, I guess, through Turkey. Russia's not going to do that anymore because we're sending weapons that way into Ukraine, so they're pretty much doing a blockade. So that's going to make your wheat prices go up. So it's just a dominoes falling, ripple effect. So I'm going to go get some more rice before it jumps way up in price. Because if you take 20% of the grain or rice out of the world food, where people can buy it, it's going to make a big difference. So, what else was I wanting to talk about today? Mainly about how divided this country is. Even the prepping community gets divided. Uh, I've had people get mad at me about stuff. So, we need to sort of, if you're a prepper and you're in this community, you don't have to agree with what everybody says. Everything you can take me, I'm full of crap anyway. But take what I say, but do your own research. Like I heard on somebody's channel about the rice. India's stopping rice exports. Well, I went and looked it up. So the country is in a sad state of affairs. We have the most corrupt administration in the world. In the history of our nation, we have the most corrupt administration in there. They're weaponizing everything against people that they don't agree with. There's two levels of justice. Could you imagine all the stuff that Hunter Biden's been proven to do if that was Donald Trump Jr.? Could you imagine the news media in this country? And where are the Republicans at? I mean, they put out a little dog and pony show in Congress, but is anything done? No, it's not, and it never will be. It's there are a few up there that try to do the right thing, but I think it's mainly the uniparty, and it's not getting any better. I don't know if we can vote our way out of this mess in the next election. I'm still going to vote. So, hey, A.M. Ryan, Robert Bates, good to see you in here. Sorry, this was kind of a last minute deal. So, let me know what you think about what could make us come together again as a country. Is it too late? Is it done? Are we through? I'm beginning to lean that way, as sad as it is to say. Not really worried so much about myself, but I have young kids. I have one son, my stepson, former stepson. He's still my stepson, still my son. He'll be 18 next year. So are we going to keep fighting these endless wars? We all know how much money we wasted in Ukraine, and another $1 billion going over there. So that money could be well used here. Now they're going after. They've already went after gas stoves, gas water heaters. Now they're going to go over gas generators. So it's just a sad state of affairs. Let me pull up another news article. I can't find my mouse. I can't see. Can y'all hear me fine? I've got a little microphone here. The last time I did a live stream months ago, I had trouble with the audio. So is the audio any good? But we've got all these documents and whistleblowers coming out saying that Biden was actually on the phone with Hunter's business partners dozens of times while he was vice president. After he said for years he had no idea about his business dealings. So take that with what you think. Is anything going to be done? No. Hey, Bill Stegman, A.M. Ryan. So, I mean, it gets worse. The news is depressing. I try to keep up with it, but so much stuff's coming at us. It's hard to do. Now they're going to, I think Hunter is supposed to testify before Congress the same day they're going to have or make his first court appearance. The same day they're going to do the UFO hearings, little green alien man. So, what do you think's going to get more attention? Do you think that's planned out in advance? See, Robert Bates. I agree, Bill Stegman. I can't do this like I used to. Let's see. I think we've reached the point of no return. If we hadn't reached it, we're knocking on the door. Robert Bates. I'm not good at multitasking, so it takes me a while to look at this. Robert's getting some chickens now. Got 40 white potatoes, 30 pounds of squash, 5 pounds of beets, and waiting on tomatoes and sweet peppers. Excellent. I need to check my potatoes on my days off this week. My vines and a couple of my containers have already died off, so I'm going to dig in there. I'm getting a lot of green beans out of the little straw bale garden I have, so I love green beans, but everybody likes different stuff. My squash and zucchini are doing good, but I can't get any help over there. My son, he doesn't think to check it. Well said, Robert. TJ Squatchy, good to see you in here. And I'm getting better at this. Barbara Davidson, nice to see you. So let's talk about the movie that I saw the other night. I didn't pay for it because I really don't have time to go to the movies the way I work. But a guy appropriated it for us, and I watched it. Is it the best movie I've ever seen? No. But is it really good? It is. Does it have a good message? Yes. And I saw where somebody said this was all just a psyop to get your kids chipped. And I said, that's got to be the dumbest thing I've heard today. So take it for what it's worth. Child trafficking, human trafficking is real. And right now, according to what I've read, there are more people in slavery than any time in human history. Let that sink in. More people are slaves today than at any time in human history. Of course, there's more people than any time in human history, but it's still sad that that's still going on in this day and age. You remember when we overthrew the government in Libya, got rid of Gaddafi. In a few months, in Tripoli, there were open air slave markets. And this is the kind of thing that people, other countries around the world really despise us for, is for sticking our nose in other people's business for the last, since the end of World War II. So It's disgraceful. If you have kids, grandkids, and you're out with them, you better keep a careful eye on them. Bill Stegman says he's getting a yield from your garden. That's good, Bill. Everybody needs to grow a garden if you can. Even if you live in an apartment, if you got a deck or a patio, you can put out some buckets or containers to grow some tomatoes and peppers and things like that. I wish I had a bigger garden. My brother here, Robert Winslow, has been sending me pictures of his garden and his garden beds, and he is doing really good. Thanks, TJ. Hit the like if you don't care. It does help a little bit, I guess, with their algorithm, however that works. And I made a video the other day. I finally, I guess, got on YouTube's nerves, and they pulled one of my videos for medical misinformation. I watched the video again. I've said a whole lot worse a lot more times than I said in that video. So PA Rambler says you have a very large garden. Excellent. I wish I did. My cousin, who is 80, has finally slowed up, and he didn't put out much of a garden this year. So at 80 years old, I don't blame him. But I hope to can some green beans next week. The lady that lives next to me is wanting to help me break beans. She said she's never done it before in her life, and she's probably my age, and that's kind of shocking that she hadn't broke beans before in her life. So she's excited. I may let her have the whole bunch. Rapture friends, thank you for the thumbs up. This one's going to be a short video because I think I'm going into work tonight, make a little extra money to buy some more preps. I have really increased the pace of my prepping, which is why I've been working so much. I'm adding as much as I can, as fast as I can. I went to My Patriot Supply, who I have a link somewhere on my videos. I don't have a discount code. So if you're interested in that, there are other prepping channels that you can get a deal with. That's a lot better. I hadn't tried it out yet, so when I do that, I'll do a review. I also bought their little rocket stove, and I've not put that together yet. And they just came out with a little biomass oven, so I'm thinking about purchasing that. So let's see, any questions you guys have? I'm trying to. TJ, the neighbor lady has a boyfriend. They've been together for a long time, although they are fun to hang out with. Hey, Foggy Mountain Man, good to see you on here, brother. I remember doing that too, JD, sitting on Mama's porch, breaking beans all day long, and that's where we had our big garden. We would go down there and get potatoes right out of the garden, take them in, peel them, wash them, and put a little salt on them. Same with cucumbers, eating tomato sandwiches. So good memories when you're a kid, when you had a big garden. It wasn't so fun when you were working in it when you were a little kid, but the memories are there. And I remember when my mom and aunt and them canned, they didn't allow anybody anywhere near the kitchen. And I'm the same way. That's why I'm going to can when I don't have my kids over here. It's not dangerous to pressure can, but you have to pay attention to what you're doing. So hopefully I'll get about 20, 30 quarts of green beans this year. We'll see how it goes. Let's see. Any questions for your old buddy Jim? Hey, Coffee First Then Speak. Nice to see you. Hope you're having a good week. That's a good point, Bill. Pet preps. I've been slowly buying some canned dog food for little Rosie, who's sitting over there on the couch looking at me like I'm an idiot. Of course, I get that a lot. Coffee First, I understand that. I watch a lot of YouTube at work. I have a really good job. We're either really busy or really not. Last night we were really busy for a while. But a buddy of mine has got a dehydrator, and he dehydrates sweet potatoes for his dog. So that is something I need to try. I hadn't used my dehydrator in a while. That is awesome, Rapture friends. 2 off-grid acres in West Virginia. So Pink Piglet Parker. dehydrated vegetables from. I have some Pink Piglet Parker from Augustin Farms. I look on Amazon and I search out Augustin Farms number 10 can clearance. I like their potatoes. I've tried them. I don't have the setup to do review videos. I don't know how to edit anything, so it took me 20 minutes to figure out how to set this up. Putting a tiny house on the property and moving to the mountains. Well, that's awesome. Are you going to be near Prepper Nurse One, Rapture Friends? I know he lives up there now. Spark plugs, oil, wiper blades. And TJ says that dogs love sweet potatoes. Well, I have bananas. I have quite a few bananas dehydrated, TJ, so I need to work on my sweet potato game. Oh, excuse me. I worked 9 graveyards in a row, and I'm pretty much a zombie right now. So I hope this yawning ain't contagious. I know I'm boring, but I hope I'm not that boring. So let me know what you think about. Yeah, I did like the veggies, Pink Piglet Parker. I've tried the potatoes, and they have some other stuff, but they have dehydrated eggs. But man, they are ridiculous. I still wish I had my chickens. Man, I miss my chickens. So yeah, I got that email too, Coffee First, about the buy one get one free on their powdered eggs. I'm thinking about doing that myself. I just don't know how their shipping costs are, so that's a pretty good deal. If you feel it's time to move to the mountains and Rapture Ready, you need to do what your gut's telling you. Always trust your gut, unless you eat Mexican food. Then don't trust your gut, especially Taco Bell. So I hope everybody, the little microphone I got, I hope it's working better. But I'm going to get off here because I have to make me something to eat before I go into work. I had talked myself out of working tonight, but now I've talked myself back into it because I want to buy more preps. And every dollar counts, and especially in this economy. So I'm glad that everybody joined me here today. I don't know. I'm going to try to do these occasionally before I go in on night shifts. Something got one of JD's chickens. Do you have them? They're not free ranging, are they, JD? I had 10 hens and a rooster, and I mean, I enclosed even their chicken run. Where I mean, I had chicken wire everywhere. I bet I had thousands of staples in the wood I built for them. So, Robert Winslow, do I fertilize the green beans? I grow mine in straw bales, and you have to fertilize the snot out of them every day for about 2 weeks. And then after I planted them, I may have fertilized them one time. So they had a lot of fertilizer in the straw bales and watered them for 2 weeks, 10 days to 2 weeks. So they had a lot of fertilizer. So, but I've only fertilized them one time since I planted them. And that was right after I planted them when they first started coming up. I put a little 10, 10, 10 on them. And thanks for everybody on the, hey, MB Heritage Farms. Nice to see you. I hope I'm not stepping on anybody else's live stream today. I try not to do that because this was just a random event. But they will be a little more often once the kids start back in school, but they'll usually be during the week during this time of day. So that's my plan. I'll try to give everybody a heads up. But I am going to get off here mainly because I have to go to the bathroom really, really bad. But I'm glad everybody came out. I hope you enjoyed the stream. I know I'm not much of a multitasker. If I miss saying hello to anybody, I do apologize. But let's remember a few things. Let's keep prepping as hard and as fast as you can prep. Let's keep praying for our country. Keep your kids real close. Let's go, Brandon, FJB, and go Vols. Everybody have a blessed day. Nice to see everybody. Adios.